Money, 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 money. That's all I ever hear in this house.
There seems to be a need for sports talk in the Bay Area.
Why was Rafael Devers traded on Sunday?
When Rafael Devers was asked to be moved off of third base, and he said, no, I don't want to do that. There was just this lingering resentment that I think went both ways. And I think Buster Posey, who's the president of baseball operations there, saw an opportunity.
I'm Jake Lucas. I'm with Dave Greenstein and Joe Starkey.
Jake, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. What the hell is our podcast called?
This was a special team with unbelievable camaraderie, and it all started with the Humm baby himself, Roger Craig.
So we're called Humm Daddies because we're Giants fans that have kids. So we're not babies, we have babies. Humm Daddies, get it? All right.
Because there is a lot of talk about this being the, baseball version of the Luka Doncic trade, right?
I think when Rafael Devers' name was brought up to the Giants, Buster Posey was like, okay, this is our chance.
Hey, welcome everybody to Humm Daddies. I-ho! 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 Hello, Humm Daddies! I am exuberant. I am excited. I am giddy. I am joyful. I am happy. I am not sleepy. I am not grumpy. We got Devers, guys. We got Rafael Devers. And for that, Boston Red Sox, we thank you. We give you gratitude. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I demanded we do a podcast because, hell, we're named after the Giants. It's the biggest Giants trade. I mean, it's not even arguable, at the very least, since the Jeff Kent, Matt Williams trade. And God damn it feels good. It feels good. I'm high. I'm not high on MDMA. I'm not high on marijuana. I'm not high on cocaine. I am high on the Buster Posey regime. Post Farhan, we are looking like a whole different franchise. And I'm energized. We are back, baby. Welcome to Humm Daddies, everybody. I don't know what else to say right now. Someone stop me. Somebody stop me. So obviously, this means the world to me. I'm on cloud nine. Dave, as a fellow Gigantes fan, how do you feel, my friend?
I'm pretty excited. We got a guy who's proven.
So obviously, this means the world to me. I'm on cloud nine. Dave, as a fellow Gigantes fan, how do you feel, my friend?
I'm pretty excited. We got a guy who's proven, middle of his career now. Was he 28, 29 years old?
28.
28. He's got 10 years with the Giants potentially on his contract extension with the Red Sox that they happily passed to us. Clearly the falling out was a big reason why we got him at such a discount, it seems like, based on the trade. But I can't say that I'm not extremely excited about the change in philosophy here. Let's get a big bat guy who hits 25 plus home runs, see if that translates to Little Oracle Park, and let's go. We got a chance now to ride some stars into the playoffs.
There's some crazy screen they showed that all of his extra base hits would have been, gone at Oracle. I don't think StatCast takes into account like the wind and the air, but
the right center gap.
Yeah, it was just a bizarre stat they showed. They said his 15 jacks would have been like 25 at Oracle, which I think is total nonsense. But it's just great to have a proven power hitter in our lineup again. It's been decades, honestly. Starkey watched, as an AL guy, and I'm sure he's seen more Devers ABs than any of us. So, Joe, what's your scouting report on this not lean but mean left-handed force?
I think it's exactly what the Giants were dreaming of. A power left-handed bat to play first base or DH. And, who knew that Devers was really available? I certainly didn't. I thought we were going to be talking about Ryan O'Hearn or whoever the guy is in Arizona. So this is a dream come true, I think. But I do think there are some. I would frame this more as like a big free agent signing, which is something the Giants just have not been able to pull off for years here. And maybe they kind of came through the back door and figured out a way to get a free agent via trade instead of out in the open market. Nobody wants to go hit in San Francisco, so they found a way to trade for it.
And
Kind of
Posey
genius.
said as much. He admitted. He said this is the way we landed our big fish, and he said it's been really hard to sign free agents. So here we go.
Yeah, you can get pitchers to come here. You can't really get too many hitters, especially power hitters.
Right.
So I think this is a stroke of genius in a way. It does come with a couple concerns. One is he kind of worked his way out of Boston's favor. He didn't want to go play first base. He wanted to be a third baseman. They got Bregman, and then was it Craig Breslow, the president of operations there, is like,
right.
They couldn't agree on it, and he kind of became a malcontent in their mind, and so they were looking to move him. But I think that's the Giants' gain right here.
I think that's what they say. I think that's PR. The Red Sox have been very faulty and shady when it comes to maintaining payroll and big players. They traded Mookie Betts for nothing for Verdugo. This ownership group has been more focused on Liverpool soccer than it has the Red Sox. They have. And there's a conspiracy theory out there that to sign this new German stud for Liverpool, they wanted to cut some salary from the Red Sox, and obviously Devers would be the best way to do that. But honestly, Devers' contract is not that bad for such a Clayton Kershaw yesterday said he's at worst a top 10 hitter in baseball, and his average salary per year is around 30 mil. I mean, that's not bad in today's climate for salary.
Inflation, baby. Yeah. Thank you. It's
out over 10 years. So, $30 million in 10 years is going to feel more like 20.
And guess what? 75 is deferred on some Dodger shit, baby. I mean, it couldn't be any better. We couldn't make it up. This doesn't happen to the Giants. This is incredible.
Yeah, I know. I think this is also a signal that they want to win now. They're ready to pay the bucks to win. Maybe they just weren't able to sign their guy in the past and they got outbid. But I think this means they're not going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're not going to be, just trying to get by on some farhand stuff. They're out here to play big boy ball.
That's right.
With the Dodgers, with the Padres. And, this is a great sign. First thing you do is you get a free agent from the Boston Red Sox. Check. Next step. Let's, win the division.
As my good buddy Joe High said, the NL West feeder program. That is the Boston Red Sox.
Pretty much.
I think one thing that I'd love to see is building on more bats. Like, for some reason, when you start to get some bats, the other ones kind of follow. There's a gravity or magnetism towards a great lineup. And as you continue to put together, you get those extra free agents. Oh, I'd like to hit in the middle of that lineup where I can do some damage too. So it really is a big splash to get Adames and now Devers. Now, I know Adames hasn't performed quite yet in his contract, but if he turns it around in the second half, like we've talked, and they put together some good ABs when Chapman gets back, there's a good shot that even before the trade deadline, the Giants might make another move. I don't see why not. We still might have some chips to give.
Yeah, and Adames has come alive lately with the bat, and he's invested. The guy is like a raw guy, and it's not phony. You see him tuned in to every AB from the dugout when you see, feeds of the clubhouse of the dugout. He's on the railing. He's watching every pitch. The guy's like a serious cheerleader. So even when he's slumping, he's huge, and he's huge for the Latin players. And I think he's going to be a great bridge. Apparently, he's already buddies with Devers. So, I mean, couldn't be any better if you wrote it up yourself.
I think one of the things you're going to see with Devers that will really help lengthen the lineup here is he's one of the best in the business at taking walks. I think he might be leading the league in walks right now. So that's going to do wonders to get another time around the order, give guys more pitches. Wilmer will probably be benefiting behind him. or who knows?
Although
It's going to lengthen it out.
that's two DHs though.
Well, there you go. That is going to be my other concern is you're dropping a little bit of athleticism. He's 28 now, and he's a slow poke already. I think he's like in the bottom 10% in speed.
11%. He's the 11th percentile.
Oh, well, there you go, 11. So yeah,
I've been doing my research. Before we get into the negatives, let's talk about where he fits and everything. But we talk about what we're wearing.
All right, I'm here to rain on your parade a little bit, Jake. But okay, fine.
Hold on. What we're wearing, I think Dave has the same idea. I brought this one. Okay, this is a Barry Bonds jersey. Dave's wearing a Barry Bonds jersey. This is our best player, or our best hitter since Barry Bonds. So, God, it feels good.
You see what number he's wearing?
16.
Yeah, Joe Montana.
Joe Montana's number. And the power numbers we have not seen the likes of since Barry Bonds. The likes of which we have not seen since Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds, number 25. Okay, so let's get into the negatives. I mean, where does he fit? Where does he hit in the order? Can he even play third base anymore? He looks pretty hefty out there. But boy,
I'm not worried about him hitting. I think the boy can hit for 8.5 years. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, he might not be stretching out triples into that right field gap, but he's certainly
might not be doing that too much.
Right,
that's okay. I think you got to drop him into the 4 spot. I mean, I think just put him right into cleanup.
Okay.
I think he'll be walking. I think he'll be getting splashy. I think he's gonna show some pop, especially as he ages. But is he a DH or is he a first baseman? I don't think he's a third baseman. He's certainly not a third baseman when Matt Chapman's playing. So
God bless the DH in the National League, Joe.
Yeah,
he said he's willing to play anywhere. I think he's one of those guys that's just going to play. He's going to utility at first base with Wilmer. He's going to take a day off and DH every once in a while. But I think he's going to get some first base action. He sounded like he's down to play anywhere versus what it was like.
If he's down to play first,
he wants to win.
If he's down to play first, that's our dream scenario because apparently he refused to play first in Boston, but he had a bunch of beef with ownership there, and he just wasn't having it. But apparently Buster has already told the media, he said he's down to play wherever to help the team. I mean, it's just there's such a better vibe on this squad than there has been on the Giants in years. And you got leaders like Adames and Chapman there, and they put their money where their mouth is. They walk the walk as well as talk the talk. And of course, everyone in the league respects Posey because he's so fresh out of being, a baller himself. Let me just read some lines right now to you, and all Giants fans out there, soak it in. We have this guy on our team. He's a Giant. Okay, have we had anyone recently who hit 311 with 32 jacks, 54 doubles, and 115 ribbies on our squad lately? No, we haven't. Have we had anyone who hit 279 with 38 jacks and 113 ribbies on our squad lately? No. And then, a cheap year, 271, 33, and 100. You got 28 jack here, a 27 jack here. This year, he's up in the leaders in RBIs. He's leading the league in walks. Oh, God. My hog is throbbing.
I think the cool part about getting Devers too is we get that more of that righty lefty into the lineup where we've been pretty heavy with right-handed bats in the middle of the order, and to break that up really nice. So it's kind of jogs the pitching dynamic a bit for guys. I really think that's a higher sell, a more important part of the baseball game. Is just not allowing a pitcher to get comfortable throwing the same shit to righties over and over and over again. So again, big, powerful left-handed bats are rare, and we got one.
I mean, the other thing is the Giants have been winning on pitching and defense, and their bats have been pretty mild. And just one run will win them a couple more games.
We've been talking about just getting moderately better on offense, and instead we got one of the biggest fish in the entire league. I mean, You couldn't dream this stuff up, guys. This is fairy tale shit. Hallelujah. Oh, God bless. God bless America.
Could have used it in that Dodger series in that last inning where we got the side struck out in the ninth.
Ryan Walker's a real piece of shit. I'll tell you that. I'm sick of his act.
He is not. He's not living long in that bullpen if he keeps throwing out these buffoon acts. His ERA is about at 8 now, I think.
Couldn't they have waited to trade Kyle Harrison for an afternoon? Let him pitch.
Let him pitch that game. You got to take that deal when it's on the table, Joey.
I suppose that's kind of a big game.
Yeah, but no, I'll take the trade. And yeah, a lot of people are crying about Kyle Harrison. The dude's velo went from he was throwing like 89-mile-an-hour fastballs this spring. It's something happened to him. I don't know what.
He was pumping it back up to about 94 when he rejoined. But I'll say this: I think the reason why we were able to let go of Kyle Harrison a little bit easier is that Bird Song this year has come alive.
Oh yeah,
and he's now our true number 3 in this.
And we have Wisenhunt ready to go. I'm not worried about Kyle Harrison at all.
We're pitching rich, so let's deal out a couple and let's get something big back. We did that. I'd say I'd be down to trade another few prospects. Let's see what else we can grab.
Don't be sad for Kyle Harrison. A friend of a friend kind of knows his family. Apparently, he's happy to get out of woke San Francisco. So.
Didn't he go to De La Salle?
Yeah, and his family's happy to get out of Gavin Newsom's California. So.
Well, good for them. They can go to Massachusetts.
Yeah, enjoy
Boston.
Enjoy, guys.
Go get a lobster sandwich and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, actually, he's going to play for Worcester AAA, so enjoy, fucking piece of shit. Okay. All right, so anything else we want to add? I mean, I can't wait to see him in action tomorrow in number 16. That's Rafael Devers for you. I'm sure he'll be DHing because he hasn't played defense all year. But
fuck it, throw it third base. Let him have at it.
Sure, why not? Let's do it. Casey Schmidt. Anyone hear how long he's out for? That was a brutal hit on the shin.
I think he's coming back pretty soon.
Yeah. Okay.
I loved it. I loved the first game granny, and I loved the second game garbage time grand slam. That was special.
Oh yeah, was that PK?
Nothing like grabbing 8 RBIs when you only deserved 4. But hey, get them while you can.
They were threatening there. They had to put in a real pitcher to end the game.
Threatening down by 6.
I mean, I stopped watching at some point. It was just an ugly game. The Giants got slaughter ruled basically, but then all of a sudden it's 11-6. I'm like, what? But I don't know. This trade made such a happy Father's Day for all of the Giants daddies and mommies who are fans of the daddies and daddies who are fans of the mommies and kiddies who are fans of daddies and mommies who are fans of kiddies and daddies. So everyone's happy in Giants land right now, even though we lost that series to the Dodgers. Whatever. It doesn't get better than this for our Father's Day weekend.
I'm going to look up real quick here the 10 biggest trades in Giants history.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Hold on, wait a second. Are we chat GYP in right now?
Oh boy,
no! This is
give me
a
a
classic
break.
Google search. Just
quick backstory, Joe.
2002.
We're gonna have to kill some time while he GYPs.
Yeah. Joe, tell the people why you gave Dave the nickname of Chat GYP.
Well, because he's a gypsy, and we just call him Jipper. And so we were looking up some stats, and he kept asking ChatGPT the answer, and ChatGPT kept blowing it. He was picking people from the wrong decade, getting the wrong kinds of war. It was just all over the map. So he thinks it's this AI ChatGPT is a one-stop solution, and he keeps screwing up.
Yeah, I said, Dave, hey, why don't you just go to Baseball Reference? He said, are you kidding me? ChatGPT has Baseball Reference as well as every other site rolled into one. So if you're not rolling with them, you're on the bench or some bullshit. And he got so many incorrect statistics, looked like a goddamn buffoon.
So many errors from ChatGYP
here. So we really let him have it, and why not? Still let him have it. Chat Jip.
Oh, so has it come up with an answer, sir?
Well, yeah, this is from MLB.com news. So I'll give you the top 10. There was number 10, Big Daddy makes huge difference. The Giants got from the Pirates Rick Russell.
Yep.
For Jeff
Big
Robinson.
Humm baby.
Medvin in 1987. Good call, Jake.
Yep.
Number 9, completing the core. Giants also got from the Pirates Javi Lopez.
Javi Lopez, yeah.
For John Bowker and Joe
and
Martinez.
Freddie Sanchez, same year.
John Bowker. Just
John
another one of
Bowker,
those
I went to school with
shitty
him.
left-handed hitters that played first base for the Giants.
Yeah.
Number 7. Lots of fight left in Baby Bowl when we got Ray Sadecki for Orlando Cepeda in 1966.
Oh, horrible trade for the Giants.
Seems like it, but
yeah.
it was a big trade. Number 6, McDowell screeches to sudden halt. From Cleveland, Sam McDowell for Gaylord Perry and Frank Duffy in 1971.
We gave up Gaylord?
We gave up. Yep.
Yeah. Another bad trade for the Giants.
You must be kidding. Giants get Frank Duffy and Vern Geishart for outfielder George Foster. That was also in 1971. So we get Duffy in May of 1971.
Let's not pretend to know much about this. I mean, George Foster was good.
Right, here's some more. Here's a better one. Hunting for a title. This is when we got Hunter Pence for Tommy Joseph, catcher, and Seth Rosen and Nate Shearholtz. I like Nate Shearholtz. We played against him in high school.
Pretty good deal.
We traded Nate Shearholtz.
We traded Nate Shearholtz. Yeah,
good deal.
We Giants got from the A's Vita Blue, and we gave up Gary Alexander and a bunch of other no names.
Great trade.
Number 2, Giants got from the Padres Kevin Mitchell, Dave Dravecky, and Craig Lefferts for
great fucking trade.
Chris Brown, Mark Grant, Mark Davis, Keith Comstock.
That was a great trade for the Giants.
And then the number 1 is we got from Cleveland Jeff Kent, Jose Vizcaino, Julian Tavares, and Joe Roa for Matt Williams and Trent Hubbard.
Turned out to be a great trade for the Giants.
Yeah, that'd be a great trade. There you go.
I remember everyone hating that. I think I was in middle school. I was in like 7th grade, and everyone was pretty shocked about that one.
I mean, we were all huge Matt Williams fans back then.
Yeah,
so
had to be.
Hard to see him go, but did Jeff Kent work out? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, he did. There's also Freddie. I remember we got Freddie Sanchez midseason. The same year we got Javi Lopez in 2 separate trades with the Pirates, and that Freddie Sanchez one was huge.
Freddie Sanchez was huge. Yep. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's some. And Chris Bryant in 21 was awesome.
For a little bit, didn't really work out in the long run.
Oh man, that poor guy can't play anymore. He's done.
Yeah, but he got a shitload of money from the Rockies.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the Beltran trade.
I think he got a ring and an MVP, and he's got money.
Yeah.
Former USD Torero, my little school.
And he has one of the ugliest wives for being a good-looking guy himself. You know, he has like his high school wife who, you know, she's, I think, objectively not as good-looking as him.
Man, Chris Bryant's objectively good-looking, man.
Chris Bryant's very good-looking. Wait, Dave, hold on. We're talking about Chris Bryant's looks. Guy's a stud. Very sexy.
He's very attractive. He's a very good-looking guy.
Very attractive dude. One of the sexiest Giants ever, even if he only played half a year.
We got Marco Scudero for Charlie Culberson in 2012.
Now that's a trade for you.
A trade with the Rockies.
Scudero,
there you
great.
Go.
So we'll see how this one pans out.
For Mark Leiter.
Wait, who for Mark Leiter?
Kirk Reeder and Tim Scott for Mark Leiter in 96.
Great. Reeder was an all-time Giant, dude.
We traded Rich Aurelia and Desi Wilson for John Burkett in 1994. And eventually we would get Rich Aurelia back, I guess.
Wait, Rich Aurelia was a minor leaguer.
I'm sorry, we traded to get Rich Aurelia.
Yeah.
John Burkett.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. There you go. Are we going out to the yard tomorrow celebrating?
I mean, there's a good series here against the Indians. The Guardians. I'm pretty excited about the Robbie Ray, Justin Verlander, Brandon Webb.
Brandon Webb? The Diamondbacks pitcher from 2005?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you got the Red Sox on the weekend.
These diamond notes from Joe Starkey.
He was good I think he got a Cy Young event.
Chat GYP sent these to
Scott. Can you chat GYP that, please?
Real quick. Brandon Webb. Chat.
Brandon Webb was stud.
I'm going to make a pitch to the Humm Daddies. I know Joe's not in for it, but I'd love to see you come out and root against the West Sacramento A's on July 5th when the Giants go to Sacramento, if anyone's around for 4th of July
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah, I'm totally down. They're playing on the 4th of July itself, and I think Jack McKnight has tickets on the 6th that he invited us to.
I'm in. The 6th?
Yeah.
If I could clarify, I will
Yes.
happily root against the A's. I just will not be going to that shithole of a stadium.
What if I pay for your ticket? All right.
Too soon?
The moral thing at this point.
What if you stand outside and we just let you pick it?
I'll tailgate in the parking lot. Sure thing.
Yeah, and then go to like a local sports bar or something and watch it.
Yeah, sure.
And
We'll
pick it up
record
after
from the
the
parking
We'll
lot.
work it out. We'll work it out.
We'll figure it out. All right. Well, OKC just went up 3-2. That's about as much of that as we'll get to.
And Desmond Bain was traded to the Orlando Magic, so
that's a big trade.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, right now that's not really on our minds.
No. All right. Well, let's get a W tomorrow and get off to a hot start with Devers.
Yeah, and
Smells like
All right, Daddies.
God bless this Posey regime and Manassian, and just the whole feel is amazing around here. We're the biggest team on national news right now. The San Francisco fucking Giants. How about that?
How about them apples?
All right. Well, thanks for listening to an emergency episode of Home Daddies. 99.
Bye.
Bye.
But even so, it's a $200+ million commitment for a guy who could presumably wind up spending the vast majority of his bats as a designated hitter. And that's a contract where if you were out in free agency asking for $200+ million for a DH only, chances are you aren't going to get it. But right now, he fits the Giants perfectly.